Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is episode number 17 of season number 3. My name is Keith, and I'm here with my good friend Doug. How you doing, Dougie?
Hey, doing good. Yeah, trying to do some yard work. It's getting hot out there.
It is getting hot out there.
A lot of good stories to talk about today.
We do. We have some fun stuff, and then our main topic is going to be an informative one. Hopefully, maybe not interested. Everybody's interested, but I'm kind of jazzed about it because, well, it's in my wheelhouse. But
absolutely,
we'll click through them pretty good here. You want to do some nude nerds first, though?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's cue up the nerd news.
Nerd news.
All right. Now, this is in the wheelhouse of what you and I were talking about when we tried to create a video game. And the first one here is OpenAI is launching what they call an agentic web-based coding tool. That essentially means that they're making it an agent where they are giving it access to a virtual machine so that it can not only just write scripts for you and give it to you, but it can actually code. So now this is only available at the pro tier, which is really expensive at like $200 a month. But for people who do like what's called vibe coding, which is just using AI to hammer out code, you can actually tell ChatGPT as an agent, go make it. And it can have access to a virtual computer and actually, get it done. So this is the next step in evolution. I'm not going to spend $200 a month for it, but Doug, maybe this is how we can get our video game made.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a steep price, but that would be really cool.
All right, we'll go ahead and launch into the next one. And Doug, I'm going to have you take this one. It's about our good friend Steam.
Yeah, this is interesting. It says, no, Steam wasn't hacked. Your account details are safe. It is interesting because I got an email saying, have you logged into Steam lately? Have you checked your password? But Valve assures us that everybody is safe. There's over 89 million Steam users, and a brief but firm post, Valve is telling us they've examined some data that did get leaked, but they have confirmed that it has not compromised anybody's account. The thing I think that saves me on a lot of these things is two-factor authentication.
Good call.
I think I've talked about it before, but yes, it's a pain in the butt to get the code. Yes, it's a pain in the butt to do the authentication app. That's a big word. I had to say that. But I think two-factor authentication is a must in these days, especially with the development of AI. I haven't really seen too much, but AI may be helping these hackers get past all these security measures. So that's just my little rant: is two-factor authentication for all your accounts.
Spot on. I couldn't. You nailed it. So I think the biggest encouragement is that if you're not using two-factor on any of your stuff, whether it's Steam or anything else, and it has it available, definitely try to take advantage of that because Doug nailed it. And don't get me wrong, two-factor can be spoofed too, but man, it's really hard for them to do because they have to physically get a hold of your phone. And so, it greatly diminishes the threat vector and it makes you super safe. So.
I'm going to call out some people. I'm being a little rude right now, but all the people on Facebook who said, I've been hacked, don't add me as a friend. Mm-hmm. You're not using two-factor because I've had my Facebook since 2006, 2007, or whenever. I may be too early in the age, but never had a issue with it at all.
I'm not on Facebook anymore. It's been well over a decade. They do have two-factor for Facebook?
Yep, they do.
Very cool. That's good to know.
And I use it. And then, once a month, it's more like once every 9 months, I log out of everything. I just completely log out of everywhere I'm logged out of and kind of refresh.
That's a good practice. That's a great tip, man, especially nowadays with where things are going. And we have another news article coming up that's actually you were talking about how AI is helping hackers. There's another one coming up here that actually you were dancing on the line. It's perfect though. It'll be a good segue.
Good.
But first, did you play any of the Madden football games?
Oh, yeah. All the way back to, I think the earliest I got was Super Nintendo. I think they had an NES game. I know we talked about this.
They might. Yeah, they did. They had it on PC, I know. The first Madden game was out on PC for sure. I watched this documentary thing on it. Yeah. But in that is why I'm bringing that up is Nicolas Cage, of all people, who I would never have thought of, is going to be playing John Madden in an NFL film. And John Mulaney is going to play Electronic Arts founder Trip Hawkins.
Very nice.
And I don't know if you know about this story at all, But it is a good one. So I think it could be a good movie. From the documentary that I remember, and this is going to come out on Amazon, I believe, is kind of a combo thing they're doing. But essentially, the Electronic Arts founder, Trip Hodkins, really loves sports. He was pushing computer technology at the time, and he wanted to make a football game. And he went to try to convince Madden. He talked to him over and over again. And Madden's rule was it's got to be realistic. And at that time, you couldn't move all of the players. Like most of the football games didn't have the legal amount of players. So because it couldn't move them all, it couldn't do the math. And so John Madden stuck to his guns like, no, you got to have the full amount of players on the screen for both teams. And it's got to have full rules. Well, by doing that unknowingly, it caused EA to really have to push the envelope with the technology at that time to make it happen. And it was an up and down kind of a thing where they had to keep showing him to prove to Madden that they could do it. And, honestly, I say kudos to Madden because of those games, they kind of define the entire genre. So it'll be an interesting story, I think.
Yeah, and as we look at the picture here, there's going to be Christian Bale appearance. He's going to play Al Davis. For those that don't know, and I didn't know, I mean, I'm a football fan, but not a knowledgeable one. He was the coach of the Oakland Raiders for 39 years.
Oh, wow. Very cool. They've got a really strong. Is that the guy? So I can see Nick Cage's face because they got makeup on him, obviously.
Yeah.
Is
The
that
other
Christian
guy
Bale?
Yeah.
He looks nothing like Christian Bale.
So the thing about Christian Bale is he's
Method
such a
actor.
method actor.
Yeah.
You hear stories of him yelling at people on set to take it more seriously.
Oh, yeah. He's serious. Man, can you imagine being on the set with him and Heath Ledger when they were doing Batman and Joker? Dear God, man.
I think that's where some of the complaints came from.
Wouldn't doubt it. All right, man. Let's keep on clicking through here. All right. I'm going to let you take this one because you've kind of been eyeballing this again.
Yeah. So Valve's Steam OS now has compatibility ratings for devices other than its Steam Decks, which is really exciting news because that means it's getting ready to go on some other stuff. The one that's well known is the Legion Go S, which I talked to you all, I think, last week about the tariffs and how I'm upset. I've kind of gotten over that. I'm still upset. But this is good news because this is showing that, hey, we're going to just release this and whoever can run it, hopefully will run it. The Steam OS compatibility rating intends to function on non-Steam Deck devices. It acts as a quick guide to whether or not a game is supported on Steam OS.
I love it. I think it is the next step in them really pushing out Steam to everything.
Yeah.
And we talked last time about the leaked, the Ally may have a Xbox button on it on those leaked footage, so it's coming down the way. But if Steam can be on it, if you get Steam and Xbox Game Pass on this device, I mean, dude, that's just incredible. The game rating system that they have right now. So if you don't know, when you buy a game on Steam and you own a Steam Deck, there's a little icon, and it's either a green check mark or a little exclamation mark that's yellow, and it tells you how compatible that game is with your deck. And it is awesome because if you're shopping for something, like if you're going to go on a trip and you're going to be playing on your deck and you're not going to be on your PC, it's great because you can say, oh, well, this runs great on Steam Deck. And they're really good about keeping that up to date. They're going to take that exact same system and they're going to now adopt it for devices, which is pretty cool. So I'm assuming they're going to have some type of a compatibility thing in there where it says runs great on, Levino, Legion Go, or it just may say Steam certified devices or something like that. I think it's a good thing.
Yep, it's going to be good.
Yeah. You ever made your mind up yet on what you're doing on this front? Still shopping?
No, I haven't actually. I've been looking at the, make sure I get it right. There's a Asus ROG Ally 2 coming out.
Is it this one? I have on the screen.
I maybe, yeah. But there's a new one coming out. I haven't seen any reviews on it yet.
Gotcha.
So that's the one I'm waiting on.
Gotcha. Okay. That'll be good. That'll be interesting. Well, now at least this is a good direction for you. If you decide to not go straight Steam Deck, you're going to be able to at least know what games you have is compatible. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
All right. The next one. Let's get here. We're really close to Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get deals, whether it's furnitures or cars and that kind of stuff, which you need it now for cars with the potential tariff price is going to hit in July. However, Peacock, I know you do the smart thing where you dip in and out of your streaming services as you need them, which honestly, genius. This though, you can get Peacock Premium for Memorial Day sale for $25 for 1 year. That calculates out to about $2 a month. So that's a pretty good deal.
That's a really good option and something that I don't know if we've talked about, but or maybe we talked about it last week. My days are going by, but a show called Paper is about to come out in September. It's
Paper.
a Peacock
Oh,
exclusive,
it's the
and it
spinoff.
is a
Yeah.
spinoff of The Office.
I have heard of that. And that's going to be on, I didn't know that was going to be on Peacock only. Ooh.
So this is a good time to get Peacock. It says it's $25 for the whole year.
Yep.
That's going to get you that first season of The Paper, plus all the episodes of The Office are on there as well.
And there's actually a lot. You get SNL, you
Yep.
get, all the wrestling. There's still tons of wrestling stuff on there if you're into that. But according to the article, it says that this is $55 off the typical price of $80 for the year. All you have to do is enter all caps spring savings at checkout. And by the way, on the Wired Nerdy podcast, we are not sponsored by any of this. We just want you to save money.
Absolutely.
So, all right. I'm going to have you take this next one because it kind of dances on what you said earlier about AI and hacking.
And it's funny you say this because I've had this in law enforcement, but fake AI voice scammers are now impersonating government officials. We've had the same thing kind of with official messages from sheriff's departments, police departments of, hey, you have a warrant,
Really?
send us money online to pay your warrant. I'll tell you folks, that'll never happen unless you're in another state. If you have a warrant, they're not going to call you over the phone and take care of it.
Yeah, they're going to serve you, right?
They're going to serve you. They'll do it peacefully or forcibly, depending on what you have a warrant for.
What the warrant is.
But getting back to the story, the FBI is warning us about ongoing malicious text and voice messaging campaign. The ones I really worry about is the elderly community,
Elderly.
because I think such a young generation, millennials and our age even, are into some sort of social media, into some news where we're going to know that what's happening and know how to take care of it.
I agree. Do you answer your phone if you don't know the number?
Local numbers only, if that makes sense. So if it's a local area code, say the cities that are right around us, yes, I will, because it's probably someone that I should know.
Okay.
But no, if it's somewhere far away, then I do not.
Got it. I don't answer at all. If you're not in my contacts, I don't answer you.
Yeah.
And if you need me, you'll leave me a voicemail. But you are right with there being AI fakes. They may leave voicemails. But I only bring that up because it depends on, like you have a defensive measure where you only answer local numbers. An elderly person won't do that.
No.
So that's one of those things that it's funny. Inside of here, it says exactly what you said, Doug. Look, the FBI recommends the usual protection steps to avoid being hoodwinked. Don't click on sketchy links over text or email. Don't send money or crypto to anyone without lots of verification, and use two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
And then
it's a pain in the butt, but it's worth it in the end. Yeah.
Yep. And the guy that's writing this, he said, one thing I've recently done with my family, since my ugly mug is all over TikTok and PC World video shorts, is established a secret phrase with my family to give us a way to authenticate each other's voice call. This is genius, and this safe word, for the lack of better phrasing, is becoming more and more popular. And I think it's a great idea. So the idea is, if it's pineapple, somebody, because look, Doug, you and I are on YouTube, right? We have a pretty good following, right?
I think we've said enough words, and look, we've said enough words for a AI to do the algorithm to do anything we want to say.
They could steal our faces. Like, I mean, there's enough out. There's not just our audio. Like, we have so much content out there. If they trained on us, we could be impersonated.
That's not good.
It's not, but
it's also like, oh, someone's impersonating me. That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. Unless they're trying to extort money from grandma.
Well, yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
But to the point being is, we need like a safe word. So like, if I ever call you up asking for bail money, you need to be like, what's the password?
Right.
So it's a good idea. I think everybody should definitely take up on that.
Yep. Just be careful out there.
Yep. All right. I'm going to take the next one. Doug, again, saving money. Do you like free things?
I do, and I have a comment, but I'll let you continue.
Well, Epic again this weekend is giving away Dead Island 2. You can save $50 right now. Now, Dead Island 2 came out, I believe it was like last year.
Mhm.
And it says here Dead Island 2 and Happy Game are this week's free games in the Epic Game Store together. That's about a $60 savings. This is a big deal. So if you have Epic on your PC, download it, install it, you can get it. If you've never played a Dead Island game, it's over the top. It's fun. Don't expect a serious zombie game. It's actually pretty ridiculous. Number one, have you played? And then number two, what were you going to say about the free games or saving money?
Number one, I have played the first Dead Island.
I
I
did too.
loved it. A weird thing happened. I'll just say that now before number two. So a weird thing happened. I picked it up later. You can meet people online.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, and if you're out there listening, tell me how you did it. I'm pretty sure I met somebody online playing Dead Island 1. They gave me some hacked gun, and then they dis- disappeared, disconnected.
Really?
So I have this. It was on my Xbox One, I think.
Yeah.
I had this hacked gun. I was
That's
like
cool.
OP big time.
Really?
So whoever you are, thank you. What did you do to that gun? And
Huh.
that's my random thing for today.
That's freaking awesome.
My second thing is, yeah, I downloaded this morning. I'm
Did you?
super excited.
I'm gonna have to get it.
Uh, the one thing I've said, I think I've said it before, is I have Epic Games, Good Old Games,
I do too.
and Amazon Prime Gaming. You know, I do like a once a week, or I try to do a once
Yep.
a week check of all these. I mean, if you're going to give me free games, by gosh, I'm going to take them.
And here's
So
the beauty of
I
it: when you
hit
get
them all up.
your handheld figured out, if you're
Yep.
running Steam OS, especially, granted, if you're running Windows, definitely, but if you're running Steam OS, you can just put that Hero launcher on. You can launch. I
Yep.
launched GOG on mine. I launch Epic, all of them. So that's really cool. So as you're getting these free games, you're gonna be able to play them on the go too.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah,
It's going to be awesome.
yeah, I'm gonna have to pick this up because I heard you can like. I've not played this one, but I heard you can like customize and make modified weapons.
Oh, that is very cool.
That sounds awesome. So it's supposed to be way more dynamic than the first one, a little more over the top. So I will pick that up. So I saved this last one for you because you always know a lot about these. And it
Oh,
seems like something that would I thought of you as like right up your alley here. It's about the Dreamcast. So
oh, you got my attention.
yeah. So I'm gonna let you read the headline. I don't know if you got a chance to read this yet. I can help you out if not, but
No, no.
I'm gonna let you read it.
It looks like VMU Pro. So, for people that don't know, that is a virtual memory unit. It has a little screen on it. It's got about 4 buttons and an arrow pad. Uh, to kind of explain what it did on Dreamcast is you put it into your controller. It has a little screen. Now, the cool thing was, take example football games. They had NFL 2K1, 2K2, stuff like that. You could call your
Plays.
plays on that so your opponent didn't see, the old
Mhm.
split screen days.
Yep.
Other games, you could take it out and you could keep your character alive. I think it was
Yep.
Shenmue.
Yep. That
Maybe
was
you could
one.
keep it like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
little human
It,
fish
it's like
thingy.
it was like a Tamagotchi
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
way. And
yeah.
then doesn't it also didn't it hold your saved games as well?
It did. So it acted as a memory card. It also acted as like a Tamagotchi thing. That's a perfect example. So reading this article now, it looks like they're going to make it its own independent game thing. To me, I don't like that necessarily because it's so tiny and I've got huge hands. But
Well,
hey,
I
if you
agree.
have big hands, it's good.
To me, I don't know how novel it is or if it'll take off or not, but I still think it's cool they're doing it. But it's the group 8-Bit Mods. They're opening up pre-orders for this bad boy. It still acts as a Dreamcast memory. You can still use it in a Dreamcast. That's what's
Very
really
nice.
cool. So
Very
it still has its original function, but the dang thing has 2 terabytes of storage
That's
with
crazy.
micro USB, fast USB-C charging, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is built into the dang thing. And then it has an extremely long battery life. And like you said, you can play games on it. It has an emulator built into it. So you can do 8-bit games like Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, NES, and Master System.
Okay. Now I'm going to blow your mind a little bit. So the VMU for Dreamcast, what did you just say? 2 terabytes?
Yes.
So the VMU for Dreamcast had a whopping 128 kilobytes of flash memory.
Wait. Kilobytes, not mega?
I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the right one, but yeah.
Oh, dang. That is. Jeez Louise, man.
So that was the first one that came out. I think the highest they got was 4 megabytes. 4 megabytes.
Huh.
So 128 kilobytes was the standard VMU unit, and I believe the biggest they got to was is it 512 or 4 megabytes? Is that the ratio?
Yeah, it usually goes up. Yeah, it goes
Okay.
like by
So I
yeah,
mean,
by 8. So 8,
512 kilobytes, folks. That's a
yeah.
lot.
It usually goes like 8, 16, 128, 256, 512 gig, and then keeps going from there. So wow, you blew my mind. That's crazy. And I'm with
Yeah.
you. It's kind of like um it's so tiny. So I don't know if like, you know, it's expensive though. Look
So
at
I'm
that.
using
$81.
ChatGPT real quick.
Okay.
So how many 512 kilobyte cards are in a terabyte? There are 2,097,152 chunks
Jeez.
of 512 in a terabyte.
So this is what it says in the article. It says the most exciting thing essentially to this writer is its endless amounts of storage, cloud backup, and
Yeah.
excellent battery life. It said according to the page listing, a single gigabyte on a micro SD card is equal to over 8,000 original memory cards.
Man, that's
He
crazy.
says, isn't that insane to put in perspective? You'll
Oh,
even be
yeah.
able to manage your save data directly on the VMU Pro, all without having to need to even turn on your Dreamcast. To me, like, I guess Dreamcast still has a cult following.
It does.
So it
You
would be
know,
cool
it,
if you had one because think
yeah.
about it, dude. You really would
I
if
don't
you're
know
a
if this is
collector.
a slogan, but it's like the console that never was because of marketing failure, because of other
Yeah.
consoles coming out.
It was a great
It
console.
it should have been amazing,
It was
but
one of
it
my
had some
favorites.
failures. Yeah.
It's honestly the reason why I think I skipped the PlayStation 2 for the Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the only thing that displaced my Dreamcast was the Xbox, the
Yeah.
first one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. This is cool. I don't know how novel it is. I mean, it's $81.23 US. So I don't know if you're really into Dreamcast, it's a dream come true.
Very nice.
So all right. I will stop the share.
Okay.
Did you see this week that the final version of the 2025 Superman trailer came out?
I did.
Did you watch it?
I did. Super excited.
First of all, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, and I hope I'm not rushing forward, but there was a lot of people I didn't know who they were.
That's what we're going to talk about. I'm glad you
Oh,
actually said that.
perfect. I didn't know. Yeah.
So it's funny. We got this idea. We'll do this very quickly. Number one, this will be no spoilers. Number two, we're doing it because not only was it Doug, I've had so many people, whether it's people at my work, people in my friend group, they know that I've always a DC guy. And the thing
Yeah.
is, I did collect some Marvel. I was really heavy into, Wolverine and Punisher, and then some X-Men. So when I collected as a kid, I had some of those, but I didn't really read them a lot, like the Marvels. I gravitated towards the DC because I loved Superman, I loved Batman, Flash, all those. And the stories were a little more campier, to be honest with you. They really were, but I loved them. And Superman's always been my guy. And I'm very passionate. As you know, I have a tattoo of I'm wearing my Superman shirt, I have tattoo Superman. My wedding ring has Superman on it. It's like everywhere. I got a little Superman doll here. Here's my daily journal that I got. And by the way, I got this with my daughter in Metropolis, Illinois.
Very
So
nice.
I'm kind of hardcore. But this will be the first time. I'm kind of excited when you see all these characters that are obscure that people don't know. It's the first time I've been able to watch a comic movie and actually know some of the deep cuts. So I just wanted to briefly go over some of the ones that I spotted, give you very light background, no spoilers. I'm only going to keep it comic book canon. That means if you go to watch this movie in July, it doesn't mean that James Gunn, that whatever we share, that's going to happen. No, I'm just giving you the source material of their origin and what their powers are. Outside of that, I'm going to be very respectful to spoilers. So we're going to try to stay away from that. But I just want to introduce a very quick flyby of who I saw in the trailer and who are they in the DC world. And I think once you hear this, you're going to kind of understand what this movie is and how he's building it up from there.
Sounds great.
So let me go ahead and get my screen share here. All right. Look at that.
Very nice.
Now, I can never say her last name right. It's Angela. I think it's Spica. I can never say, but she's known as the engineer. In the trailer, if you go back and watch it, there is a character she can like morph. Look like she has blade for hands, and she's like carving up all of these robots that are in the Fortress of Solitude. That's her. if you don't
Very
know.
nice.
She's also fighting Superman on the football field for some reason. Don't know. But her background is that she's a brilliant scientist, and she replaced her blood with nanotechnologies. That's how she's able to morph, and it grants her abilities with the ability to fly. She can form weapons with her hands, and she can interface with technology, kind of like Cyborg. Think of it that way. And she's a badass. So
Very nice.
yeah. So I don't know if you caught her in that, but
Yeah, I believe I did.
she's a deep cut.
They went through it pretty quick. I was kind of in awe of all the cinematics, trying to take everything in. I need to watch it again.
Well, and that's the thing. James Gunn, if you're familiar with him from Guardians of the Galaxy, like he loves to grab characters from way, way back in. Like nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy were. They didn't know who Groot was. Nobody, like, unless you were a hardcore comic book reader. He loves grabbing the obscure characters and then throwing a bunch of them into a story. So I think that's cool. Now, this guy I love. Did you see him at all in the trailer? Do you recognize him?
I think I did. I'm not sure yet.
It's okay. It's a fast trailer, so he's flashing
Yeah.
these people. I literally had
Yeah.
to pause the trailer at times just to see what I could see and who I could see. This is Mr. Terrific. I know, cheesy name, but remember,
Okay.
DC's an old company. A lot of these characters came out in like the 60s, and like so that's why some of the characters are so cheesy in names. But he's a polymath Olympic level athlete. He took on the Mr. Terrific persona after a personal tragedy, which it's really bad. He had a big loss in his life. We'll just say that they may talk about that, so I don't want to ruin it for anybody. It's a very sad backstory, but he's traditionally a good guy, even though he doesn't look it. And he has these spheres that float around him for offense and defense. But the thing is, he's genius. So think of him like he's like smarter than Batman. You know where Batman always had Lucian Fox make his technology for him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
Batman's super smart. He's a great detective, but this guy, he's a genius level. He makes his own. So think of him
Oh.
like Batman, but smarter.
He's
and
the whole package all in one.
He is. And he's a really cool character. I'm excited to see him. I think it's going to be
Very cool.
awesome. So this guy, first of all, I love the actor. If you've ever seen the show Barry, he's wonderful.
Oh yeah,
But
I
this
have seen that. Yeah.
now this character, I couldn't find a good side by side. He in the trailer, they only show him very, very briefly, and he's got like mangled skin. And his name is Rex Mason, or known as Metamorpho. He is an archaeologist, transforms into Metamorpho after being exposed to a mysterious artifact with, elemental powers. And it allows him to transmute his body into various elements and compound and adapting situations with versatility, meaning, and he floats between, he can be a good guy. He's kind of floated back and forth in the DC world. So I don't know what he's going to be in this. I do have a theory. By the way, I cannot say this is a spoiler because this is just my theory. If you look very careful, he is in what looks like to be a room with Superman, and on his hands are glowing green objects. What do you think that is?
It's got to be Krypton.
Kryptonite, that's right.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
From Krypton, but you're spot on. So my theory is that because he can like make elements, I'm willing to bet Lex Luthor or somebody put him up to growing the kryptonite so that they can keep Superman at bay. That's my theory.
Yeah.
We'll see if I'm right. And this one I'm so excited about for two reasons. Do you know who Nathan Fillion is?
I do.
What do you know him from?
Well, actually, I know him from The Rookie, which I love. It's
Great
going
show.
on right now.
That's a great show. My wife
I
loves
also
that
know
show
him
too.
from a bunch of other projects. The one I saw it in space, and
Firefly.
I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you. Yeah,
I got you.
I love that show. I just forgot the name of it.
Oh yeah. No, it's a great show. I love that show too. I love Nathan Fillion. He is amazing. I'm so glad.
He should have been the real Drake, right? Nathan Drake, or
for which one?
Uncharted.
Totally, dude.
His fan made Uncharted video.
Dude,
amazing.
He should have been Uncharted. I couldn't agree more.
I think it was Nathan Drake or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. It is. It's Nathan Drake. No. I wouldn't follow you. I'm with you now. No. He definitely should have been in Uncharted, hands down.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see him in this. He was actually in the last Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because he's friends with James Gunn. He was in those fat suits. I don't know if you remember that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
the guards. And he's like, I got an idiot. And he's like, yeah, I got one of those too. That's him. So he's great.
Very nice.
But what's funny about this is he's a great actor. He's hilarious. He's playing, I'm not going to say the worst. I'm going to say the jerkiest Green Lantern ever, Guy Gardner. So Guy Gardner. Now, if you don't know Green Lanterns, there's a whole bunch of Green Lanterns all
Yeah.
across. They like protect the galaxy, and you get a ring that gives you your powers, right? But the ring chooses you, just so you know, high level there. He basically can use this ring to create anything, fly, force fields, anything. He They talk about how his haircut's super popular, mainly because his character came along earlier in like the later ages of like the 60s and stuff. He's got a bowl haircut.
Yeah.
But what's funny about this guy, he's a smart aleck. He's not very nice. He's still a superhero, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
So you never know what he's gonna do. So I love that they put him in here because he's probably the most unstable of the Green Lanterns, and he's not like per se a bad guy. He could be. What would you call that in D&D? He's like chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not good, not bad, but watch out.
exactly. So I'm excited about this. I love the actor. I love the character. Of all the Green Lanterns that they could do, this is awesome.
Very good.
All right, next up, Hawk Girl. You see her flying in the air.
Yeah.
So this is weird. There's in the comic books, they have different Hawk Girl origin stories. So I just, kind of picked one of the ones that I think may be the most common one, which is she is a reincarnation of an ancient warrior. And that essentially is like how she has her battle or has her ability to battle with her powers. She has wings in flight and has these awesome weapons like hammers. Like it's actually a mace, if I remember correctly,
Okay.
a spiky mace. And she basically is just known to live forever, and think of like a demigod, almost like Wonder Woman. That's kind of how I think of her as. Now, there's different origin stories for her. I don't know which one they're going to pick. Some she's obviously with Hawkman. Don't know if he's going to be it or not. Didn't. I don't recall seeing him in it. He might be, but so that's an interesting one there. This one I'm excited about. Did you watch the last Suicide Squad?
I did. Yep.
Spoiler alert if you didn't. I'll just say this: there's Rick Flag leads the Suicide Squad, and there's a major thing that happens to Rick Flag. Now that's Rick Flag Jr. in Suicide Squad. He's a special forces guy, and he's leading the Suicide Squad. Something happens with him related to Peacemaker. We'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched the Peacemaker TV show yet?
I have not yet.
You should.
It is on my list. Yep.
You should. It's really good. Also by James Gunn. 2, it's hilarious. And then 3, it picks up after that Suicide Squad.
Oh, nice.
So why bring that up? This dude that you see in the trailer, it's Rick Flag Sr. And he is the father of Rick Flag Jr. that led the Suicide Squad. So that's an important connection because it's probably going to be weaved into this at some point. And there is the cartoon character that they're showing on the left there. There is something called Creature Commandos on HBO. It's really good too. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's very funny and it's very irreverent too, not appropriate for kids, even though it's a cartoon. It's very rated R. But it's worth watching. It's good. Point is, Rick Flag Sr. as a cartoon character is in that as well, if you want to brush up on it. All right, the next one. And we're getting to the end here. Don't worry. I'm not going to drone on forever, although I could.
No, you're good.
I had to cap it. Maxwell Lord. He's a powerful businessman with a complex moral compass because he kind of goes back and forth. He's been both an ally and an adversary to superheroes. He kind of dips in and out of it. In some iterations, he possesses mind control abilities, and he has influence over, strategy. He can strategic manipulation and resources. He basically is like, think of him like Lex Luthor a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a little lesser known. I wouldn't say he's quite as big of a villain as Lex, but because he wavers back and forth. Again, I notice he's putting a lot of neutral characters into this movie, which probably messes with the morality of it all.
Okay.
By the way, do you know who that actor is? Do you recognize him at all?
I do. He is from Guardians of the Galaxy.
He is. Kraglin, I think that's.
And actually, this is other knowledge. He was recently on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, and I got one more for you.
Oh.
This is James Gunn's brother.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, because I knew his last name was Gunn. Yeah, that's right. Because he was on Jeopardy. Yeah.
He also played the physical version of Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, okay.
He had the green suit on. Now the voice was Bradley Cooper, but he did the actual on set. So he always
that's pretty cool.
He always does movies with his brother, and he's great. So it's awesome.
Very good.
All right, you know this one.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are upset about this because it's cheesy, and I get it. Crypto is always kind of cheesy, but if it's done right, this will be interesting. I'm going to assume that they just put Crypto, the dog, into the pod with Superman when he was a little boy, maybe. I'm gonna assume that. But then why didn't Crypto age? I don't know. Maybe Crypto wouldn't age. I guess Superman didn't age.
So Crypto needs his own origin story, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, you can read them in the comics, but I don't know which one they're gonna pick. DC's
Yeah.
been around so long; they've got like 5 origin stories. So,
Right.
but I think it's cute. A lot of people complained that it looked too CGI. But I mean, how are you gonna get a real dog like that size to drag Superman in the snow? I
Well,
don't
right.
know. So, all right, Ultraman.
Yep. I've
I
heard
don't.
about Ultraman. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught him. He's very brave. He basically there's a scene where Superman is fighting in the football field, Ultraman, and then also he has like handcuffs on, and a dude's walking behind him in a black suit with a U on his chest. They haven't confirmed it if you go look at the casting list, but I'm telling you, I think it's Ultraman. If you don't know, Ultraman is from an alternate dimension. He's basically Superman. He's a bad Superman.
Yeah.
So probably somebody, Lex or somebody, must have opened up the portal to the multiverse and pulled him in, I'm going to assume. And that's the only way, because if you look in the new trailer, he's pushing his head down into the concrete. Well, to do that, Superman, you got to be pretty tough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that is it.
Nice.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I'm glad you handled that. I know your love of Superman and all things Superman, so I'm glad you took us down that journey. That's awesome. The movie looks super exciting.
It does. I hope it's good. I hope it's a good mix of campiness, but good. Because Superman deserves a good movie. I still love the Snyder movies. I thought they were good. They were obviously a lot darker. Loved Henry Cavill. Still have love for those. But I'm excited since this is like my main one that I'm excited about. I want to see what they're going to do with it. So, other than that, man, I think that's it. So,
Yeah.
what am I forgetting? Let's bring it on home.
Hey, I mean, it's been a busy start to summer already. We should have some good content coming out for you. We will give a warning. I think we may have to skip a week or two here, but we're going to come right back. We're going to apologize. We're going to have some good content. With that being said, we got big news. We hit over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I can't thank you enough. I mean, back 3 years ago, we started with 0 subscribers. We started with your brother, probably. He is our biggest fan still. Shout out to Brian, our biggest fan.
That's right.
Thank you for supporting us. But 4,000, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep those comments rolling in. Email us. Check out our store. Let us know what you want us to cover. We're here for our passion. We're not here to make money. Give us a little money, pay the bills, turn lights on. But we're here just to share what we love and what we want to talk about. So thank you. 4,000, we did it.
Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up because honestly, it's been such a crazy whirlwind of a week. I have a kid that's graduating. We're really happy and excited. So I'm kind of caught up in all of that busyness, getting ready for that. Hence why we might have to miss one weekend, but we may be able to get a retro review out the door as well. But 4,000 is a huge monument, and we are so honored and thankful. And honestly, I think it's because of all the cool people that we get to meet, at these cons and all these places that we're going, and just word of mouth and the network of other creators that we've connected with and had on the podcast. I know you're getting close to a calmer time in work.
I'm done.
You're done. Okay, so you're there now.
Yes, yesterday was the last day of session. Most of you know I'm in legislature. But I think we have some extra work coming up for us. I won't do any spoilers on that aspect. But
my point is, you've been working on something that that we're going to try to do this summer when it comes to a special guest possibly, or a series of something. We're still looking into it.
I recently talked to this individual. He is still up for it.
Good.
We just need to set a time, and it's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah, we've got some cool stuff coming down the way. Some great guests. I know we talked about floating out, having Zelda Hat Guy on, and a variety of others. We've been talking about having Sumner on at some point. So we've got some great interviews coming down the way. And we just want to say that we appreciate you all. Thank you for helping us grow. Definitely check out our store. Check out the socials. Doug does a great job on the Facebook side of things and with Instagram and just keeping everything going. So check that out. We always try to post funny things out there whenever we get the opportunity to do so. And we just want to wish everybody an awesome week. And if we don't talk to you before Memorial Day at the time of this recording, it's a week out from that. We hope you all have a safe one and a good one. And we appreciate you, and stay nerdy.
Yeah. Thank you very much.